Hisham El Garouche from 1998, 3:26. Also holds the meet record set back in 1998 of 3:29.12. That is more than likely the bigger thing at risk here, but we'll see what happens as things unfold here. And they'll have a couple of pace setters come out here in the front. They'll also have the benefit, as we've seen in some of these record attempts, those wave lights also help, the blue being the pace, the green being that El Garouche meet record of 3:29.12, as we already see them starting to string out, and we're just a few meters in.
Yes, and that means that the pace is fast. When they string out like that, you know it's an honest pace. And look, we didn't even mention Timothy Chiruyat, the former world champion from Doha in 2019, who has really run well this year. He's there on the outside of lane 1 in the blue.
Coming up alongside Nuguse now, who's there in 4th, but effectively 2nd. Those are two pace setters. They'll drop off in different spots on the track to try to keep this pace honest. But Ingebrigtsen looking so comfortable, just as he did in that 2-mile.
And it's so nice that the meet can close with this event, because Jakob Ingebrigtsen is the national hero in Norway, and there are a lot of them to choose from, including Karsten Warholm. But Ingebrigtsen looks so comfortable there in 3rd, 55.47 for the first 400, which is exactly what they wanted. They wanted, 55.2 per 400 gets you about world record pace here. And Katir there also kind of moving up behind Hoare. Hoare's with the sunglasses. We didn't mention Abel Kipsang, who was, for a brief minute, was the Olympic record holder at the 1,500 meters, which he set in the semifinal and was 4th in the final.
And Katir just went past him. Now Ollie Hoare moving up on long. Kipsang and challenging here for the top group as our first pace setter steps off the track. They asked for 1:52 at 800 meters. They're spot on now as they head down the backstretch.
Perfect pace, and I'd like to point out that Jared Nuguse is right in the mix there. We hope he doesn't get boxed out, but Nuguse is right center stage in 5th place at the moment with the green top ahead of the other green top sunglass wearing Ollie Hoare.
So Kipragut gutting it out here in the final stretch as his pace setting duties will be done here momentarily as he steps off the track. And now Ingebrigtsen with Katir in the American Nuguse. Josh Kerr now coming up in the yellow next to Ollie Hoare. What a fabulous finish we'll have as we reach the bell.
But Jakob looks so comfortable. But Katir, that great finish that Katir had 2 weeks ago in Florence in that 5,000. I said this would not be a runaway early because Katir is in the shape of his life. Nuguse now getting into what would appear to be maybe American record territory here. And Hoare hanging on in that front. Chiruyat's got to make a move very quickly. Mario Garcia-Romo also up in that lead group.
As they head into the final stretch of this race, Jakob Ingebrigtsen has them on their feet. Off the final turn, less than 100 to go. Look at that race behind for 3rd. Jared Nuguse trying to hold off Chariot, and it's going to be Ingebrigtsen well under that meet record. Katir 2nd, and we'll await the time for Nuguse, as that was very close to the American record, and Ingebrigtsen celebrates the win here as it will be a new lifetime best, 3:27.95. A world record will wait for another day, but history made in Oslo.
No kidding, and that is the 6th fastest performer in world history, Jakob Ingebrigtsen, and the first one to break that top 10 in the world since 2015. So a brilliant, brilliant performance by him. And Mohamed Katir, no matter what the distance is, this guy comes to run. And how about Jared Nuguse, 3:29.02, and that puts him an American record, 3:29.30. So that's an American record for Nuguse, beating Bernard Lagat's record from 2005.
So as we reflect on this race and see some of the highlights, everything really according to plan, Tom. The pace setters did their job. The meeting manager did their job by putting all these stars in a race, and what unfolded as we look down the finishing results here. Lifetime best for Ingebrigtsen, Nuguse, Mario Garcia, Hobbs of France. Ollie Hoare gets an Australian and Oceania area record. Nordis of Norway PBs. Neil Gorley,
there were 8 guys that broke 3:30. Josh Kerr runs 3:30.07 and finishes 9th, the poor guy. Neil Gorley runs a lifetime best 3:30.88, finishes 10th. But how about Hobbs, the Frenchman? You look ahead to the Paris Olympics next summer, and this young man, Hobbs, may be a factor. But Jakob Ingebrigtsen and Karsten Warholm, they delivered in spades tonight.
a lot of guys going home happy after that fabulous 1,500 meters to end the Oslo Diamond League. But everyone in the stands happiest most for Jakob Ingebrigtsen.